Two top contenders in travel insurance, one choice to make: which provider has your back when it matters most. On one side, the globally recognized Travelex. On the other, the flexible, adventure-focused World Nomads. Let's cut through the travel jargon and get straight to the facts. We'll break it down category by category, awarding points along the way so you can see exactly who wins. And the winner, well, it just might surprise you. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna look at them side by side, category by category: price and value, coverage and adventure stuff, where in the world you're covered, flexibility, the whole digital experience, and oh yeah, how smooth their claims process is. Let's see what stands out. Let's kick off with price and value. Travelex keeps it pretty straightforward, basic plans with some of the best prices for simple coverage. But honestly, if you start adding extras, those premiums bump up fast. Now, World Nomads, there's something cool here. These guys include loads of adventure coverage by default, and if you're going for that big multi-country trip, it's actually often cheaper. But for a quick weekend, they can be a bit pricier. So, overall, World Nomads takes the win for value, especially for the longer, more active trips. Alright, now coverage and adventure, this is where things get interesting. Travelex is super reliable for medical and trip stuff, and if you're applying for visas or heading somewhere classic, it does the job. But they can get a little stingy on things like adventurous activities. Meanwhile, World Nomads is like climbing a mountain, surfing, sure, they just bake that coverage right into the policy. Plus, they protect your gear, which for nomads that can be huge. Some extreme stuff is still on their no-go list, but hey, adventure is more or less their brand. Easy win for World Nomads here. Next up is geographic reach. It might surprise you, but both of these are seriously global. Travelex, they cover over 150 countries, super reliable especially if you need medical help. The only catch: there are a few countries with quirky rules. World Nomads is also worldwide, covering most nationalities and offering super handy support online. The small print. Not every single resident of every country can sign up, but honestly, for most travelers you're good. So yeah, I'm calling this a tie. They're both everywhere you need them to be. Oh, and here's something cool you probably never thought about. Did you know travel insurance really took off after the first organized Thomas Cook tour way back in 1841? Imagine all those hats and parasols, probably no skydiving coverage yet. Okay, flexibility. Travelex is fine if you want a basic policy and might have some simple changes, but once you've bought it, you aren't tweaking it much. World Nomads, though, this is what makes them famous. You can literally buy or extend a policy while you're on the road, like wake up in Bali and realize you need another week covered. No problem, you can even add new activities after you've started traveling. The only downside is those mid-trip extensions can add up money-wise. But compared to Travelex, World Nomads is miles ahead here. Alright, let's talk about the apps and online stuff, the digital experience. Travelex gives you all the basics: online claims, decent app, nothing fancy but it works, but it definitely gives for my parents' vibes, you know. Now, World Nomads, this is a mobile-first brand. Their website, their claim upload, and even travel resources and blogs, it feels built for modern travelers. Although, heads up, their customer support gets bogged down if something big happens and everyone's trying to get through. Still, World Nomads makes life way easier if you're always on your phone. They edge out Travelex here too. Finally, the claims process. Honestly, both are surprisingly painless for simple stuff. Travelex has a nice streamlined system and you can call for help anytime, day or night. The bigger, messier claims might move a bit slow though. World Nomads lets you just upload everything online and even has a community where you can get real advice from other travelers. But beware, they're pretty strict about paperwork. Still, they're both pretty equal here, so I'm calling it a draw. Now, if you map this all out on a radar chart, World Nomads kinda spikes in adventure and flexibility and does great on value for long trips. Travelex holds strong for price and global reach if you just want a safe, basic plan. In a head-to-head, you see the differences clear as day. So who's this for? Honestly, if you're planning to surf, hike, or just kind of bounce around with no set plan, World Nomads is gonna be your best friend. But if you just want reliable, affordable coverage for yourself or your family, maybe you need something for a student visa, Travelex is super dependable. You really can't go wrong, but pick based on your vibe. Was this insurance breakdown helpful for your next getaway? Remember, compare your options before you hit the skies. Peace of mind is always worth it.